Okay, this is a video for the. It's a video for the ZS10, but it's kind of a comparison. Let me get right to it. I'm less than 10 seconds. Don't buy these. These sound like music coming through a cup. I did an unboxing. I listened to it. I said they sounded fine. Nothing was jumping out at me. Well, that's why you do unboxings and you do reviews later, so that you can get a better kind of feel for how something sounds. The FH1s have a dominant bass, but the mids still sound good. This is, I think, one dynamic and two BAs, I think, or one BA. I'm not sure. I think it's two. F9 Pros are, or maybe it's one. I don't know. Anyway, this sounds really good. This plays mids. This is Boston right now. What I just listened to before I turned this camera on. This doesn't play that very well at all. This has the wire is kind of cheap. There's nothing exceptional. It's not very bassy like the KZ5S. I actually have those, and those were kind of very bassy, so those are something I could recommend to bass heads. These are not really bassy. These are not peaky in the treble. These are not mid-forward. These are like in a paper cup. Just a very, like a hollow sounding. It's difficult to explain. Like if they were using the plastic chamber as some kind of a acoustic system and you were hearing the plastic of that. I don't know. It's so a paper cup is what it sounds like. And I'm not trashing on this because I don't even know anybody from this company. This was provided by a seller. So it wasn't provided by KZ, so I don't care. Would I recommend these? I wouldn't. And you're only 2 minutes in, and I was listening to the Hibikis by Shozi that I actually wrecked, I think, a year ago. And to listen to these now, they sound not too different from these. These are okay, but they're extremely limited. FiO, yeah, I'm a FiO fanboy, and FiO sends me stuff, so what I say has to be taken with a grain of salt, but I've got these on a custom cable. I didn't rig this up for the video. This is how it always is. It's got a mini XLR adapter so that I can do the FiOs with whatever. I can do them balanced 4.4, I can do them 2.5, I can do them 3.5 single end. I can do whatever I want with these because I listen to them a lot, and if I have a different source, it doesn't matter because I'll just unplug this one and then I'll switch it to whatever I got. This one wouldn't dawn on me to ever even try to change the cable on it. It wouldn't make any difference, and I don't think it sounds very good. So you're 3 minutes in. You know, to be specific, rock and roll and vocals, so guitar, male and female vocals are in the mids and they sound distant, which is why I'm saying it sounds like it's in a paper cup, like it's the sound is distant. It's not in your face. There's 5 drivers in here. Let's say 2 are the mids, 2 are the treble, and the dynamic is taking care of the bass. That means that there should be 2 BA drivers, which are near the stem because I looked at them in the first video. And maybe it's peaky because you got BAs right in your ear. Not really. No, this is not screaming at me. It just sounds lifeless. I don't know. The KZ5S sounded bassy and not really great beyond that, but they had a lot of good bass, so that was their merit. And I could say to a bass head, you know what, these got good bass, and sometimes people just want the punch. This doesn't have that. This doesn't have a lot of detail in the treble, and the mids are in the back, so there is not anything that is exceptional about this set. I would recommend that you save your money and not buy it. I'm looking at the counter and I'm 4 minutes in according to this, and I don't really know what else to say. Sometimes you get stuff that is, I think the worst things I've ever received were the Alpha and Delta AD02, which was the AD01 was awesome, and then they fucked it up with the AD02, and then the TTPOD-E, the enhanced bass one, I thought those sucked. And the 1BA from Ear 9, I think is the name of that one. And I actually talked with the people that make that. That sucked. That had no bass whatsoever. So the Ear 9, the first one with the single BA in it, TTPOD-E, and what was the first one I said? So that sucks. That sucks. And the AD02, the plastic one. And now this one joins that group because it's... And this has got 5 drivers in it. 5 drivers. And actually this circuit board is legit. It really works. This is part of the circuitry for the IM, so it doesn't look bad. I think the pins are not 078s, they're 075s. So these are not the... Someone said, oh, you got the things in wrong. I switched them and I did them differently. That was in the other video. It doesn't matter which one I did. I tried them all. I switched the wires. It's not out of phase. It's out of line with its design. It's supposed to be a hybrid, which means that the dynamic driver is supposed to make sure bass is there. That's a given. The dynamic driver is tasked with that only, and everything else is a crapshoot. But this doesn't even have that bass, so it doesn't have any real point of merit. But listen to Bob Marley, listen to Too Short, and listen to the stuff I normally listen to on a regular basis, like Pink Floyd and Tupac Shakur, and none of it sounded good on this. So this was not a video that I was, you know, I can't wait to do that video. This is not one of those. Because I don't know who these people are, and the seller didn't send it to me so I could say this thing sucks, but it sucks. And you guys wonder why sometimes, how come you don't get this? How come you don't get a Shanling? How come you don't get a... Because they know that this is going to maybe happen. This is just my opinion, but I wouldn't wreck this. I wouldn't buy this. If someone gave it to me, I wouldn't listen to them, because I think the buds that come with smart devices like your smartphone sound better than this. Put that into perspective for a second. You buy a Samsung, it comes with little earbuds that go in your ear. I think those sound better than this. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. To continue beyond 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes would just be a bash festival. So I got to say the TTPODs suck. I got to say the AD02s were a backward step for them. It sucked, and that made me not have a connection with them anymore. I think that was Penon. They don't deal with me anymore. Those sucked, legitimately sucked. And the Ear 9s suck. So I don't like these. Why are the Hibikis in here? Because I wanted to listen to these because I actually liked these a year ago, but then I got... so these are 5 drivers on each side, and these are also 5 drivers on each side. And I paid to have these customized to get my shell on it, and because they sound absolutely fantastic. These are NCM. They're made in Vietnam, and they sound. I paid for them. They're awesome. I got a base plate put on them because I like it. It matches the R6, so I got this one right here. I got that one right there. Could you fucking focus? There we go. So, a hybrid of the same configuration for balanced armatures and a single dynamic driver, just like this. I know it's a lot pricier, but that should mean that this would be bassy maybe, or something, but it's nothing. It's something you should skip and move along. It's not worth your time. If you feel offended by this, or you want me to get into more detail, sorry. No, I'm not gonna. I want to enjoy the hobby, and I'm not out to bash anybody. They make tons of different types of IEMs that I can't even keep track of. I'm sure some of them are good. I thought the KZ5S was not bad, but it was really for bass-loving people. This is not as good. KZ5S is better than this. And I think that's just one driver. So I'm about to hit 10 minutes, and I'll cut this short because I don't want to keep kicking this thing. So KZS10, I believe this is called. Skip it. gets the no rec from me. Thank you to the people that sent it to me. I'm sorry for being me, but no, can't do this.